it's tough. Sometimes we got to talk about the hard stuff.
Yeah.
And today is one of those days.
For sure.
We're diving deep into gun violence.
Right.
It's impact on families, communities.
Absolutely.
Just a devastating issue. And
it really is.
It's everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to look at it today through the story of Tamir Mitchell.
Okay.
A 13-year-old boy shot 28 times.
Oh my gosh.
And it's been 3 years.
Yeah.
And the case is still unsolved.
That's incredible.
So we're looking at a YouTube video today called 13-Year-Old Shot 28 Times, No Justice, No Peace.
Wow. Powerful title.
It features an interview with Tamir's family.
Okay.
And, their grief.
Yeah.
Their frustration.
Of course.
Really gives us a glimpse into how communities try to grapple with crime and justice and,
Absolutely.
It's this whole fight for change.
Of course, trying to make a difference.
And what's really striking is how this tragedy just ripples outward. It's not just the family.
Yeah.
But the entire community feels this.
Yeah, you really get a sense of that in the video. Like, it's raw.
Yeah.
It's like you said, visceral reactions from the community.
Exactly.
I mean, they're not just mourning Tamir.
No.
They are living in fear.
Yes.
Afraid for their own kids. Afraid to even,
Speak up.
Speak up. Yeah, you can feel that tension.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, the family talks about this feeling of being just abandoned by the system.
By the system, right?
3 years.
Yeah.
No answers.
Right.
The killers are still out there.
It's unsettling.
It is. And it just makes you wonder,
Yeah.
how can any community heal
Right.
when wounds like this are left open?
Yeah, that's the question.
It's like there's no closure.
Exactly. And the family, they see it that way too.
Yeah.
They're saying this lack of progress.
Right.
It's a symptom of a system that's failed them. And it's not just on one level.
Yeah.
It's on multiple levels.
Exactly.
And it kind of ties into this bigger conversation about, law enforcement, the justice system in communities, especially communities that are struggling with violence.
And what really gets me is you can just feel this desperation in their call for action.
Mm-hmm.
They want the gangsters, as they call them, off the streets.
Yeah.
It's raw.
It is.
It's emotional.
Yeah.
It's this plea for safety.
Yeah.
But it raises a really complex question.
Right.
What are the concrete steps
Yeah, exactly.
that actually make a community safer?
Right. What's actually going to work.
Right. And the video doesn't shy away from that complexity.
Okay, good.
It shows a range of perspectives.
Okay.
From increased police presence to more community-based initiatives.
Okay.
But there's one solution that the family really pushes for.
Yeah.
And it's kind of surprising.
Okay, what's that?
They're advocating for the reinstatement of the death penalty.
Wow. Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting.
It does.
Right. I mean, the death penalty.
Huge issue.
Deeply controversial.
Absolutely.
So what do you think is motivating this family to push for something so drastic?
Well, thinking about that, and it's got to be more than just deterrence, right?
Yeah. There's got to be something more there.
There's got to be this deeper need
Yeah.
for retribution, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
They're hurting.
Right.
And they want someone to hurt.
Yeah, it's understandable.
Yeah. And it's tough because
you
can't separate their call for the death penalty from the immense pain that they're feeling.
Exactly. Like they feel powerless.
Yes.
And they're grasping for anything that might, make them feel like justice has been served.
Right.
Something that might prevent another family from going through the same horrific law.
It really makes you think about the purpose of punishment in society.
Right. Like, what are we trying to accomplish?
Is it rehabilitation?
Yeah.
Deterrence?
Mm-hmm.
Or something else?
Or is it just retribution?
Right. Is it just revenge?
And the video, it goes beyond just the family's perspective.
Okay.
We see this political party, the National Color Congress.
Okay.
They're known for their advocacy work in marginalized communities.
Right.
And they're engaging with the residents.
Okay.
They're listening to their concerns.
Mm-hmm.
They're promising action.
Interesting.
It's like a reminder that, political engagement, for better or for worse, often comes from these very personal experiences of injustice.
And it really speaks to that growing sense of frustration with how things are.
Right, with the status quo.
The community feels ignored by those in power.
By the people who are supposed to be representing them.
Exactly. And they're looking for alternatives.
Of course.
Now, whether a different political party can actually address these really deep systemic issues,
yeah,
that's a whole other question.
Yeah, a whole other discussion.
But it does highlight the power
yeah.
of these grassroots movements.
Absolutely.
To really drive change.
They can be really powerful.
They can.
And that, to me, that's like the key takeaway here.
Okay.
This video, it's like this microcosm of the challenges that so many communities face when it comes to crime, justice, political engagement.
Like all these things are tied together.
They're all connected.
Yeah.
And there are no easy answers.
Right.
But I think by understanding the nuances, the complexities,
the gray areas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We can start to have more productive conversations about solutions.
So for those listening at home, think about your own community.
Yeah.
Are there similar issues at play?
Right. What's going on in your own backyard?
What conversations are happening?
Or what conversations need to be happening?
Exactly. Could grassroots movements, specific policy changes, make your community feel safer?
It's a good question to ask.
These are all things to think about.
Definitely worth pondering.
Yes, for sure.